Hello, this is Dr. Cole Woolley, and this lesson is called Light, Medium, and Heavy Aroma Notes. Now, essential oils all have aroma, and they come from plants, and the nose can detect the aromas from the essential oil and from these plants. For instance, let's look at how the nose can figure out the aroma of lavender. So the eyes see that it's lavender, but if a person is blindfolded and they smelled the essential oil aromas would come into the nose. Now here they're depicted as little balls, but in real life, they're invisible. You can't see them. So they enter into the nose and they go to a place called the olfactory nerves. And here they are decoded. And then a signal is sent to the brain, and the brain says, okay, I've got all these signals, and it puts them together in a pattern and says, ha, this is lavender. And you can undo your eyes and you can see, yeah, this is definitely lavender that you've been smelling, either the essential oil or the flower. Now, the essential oil is made up of hundreds of molecules, hundreds of notes. And the main components in lavender essential oil are two. One called linalool, which makes up about 30% of the essential oil, and the other is called linalool acetate, which also makes up about 30% of the essential oil. And these aromas are mostly floral in content. Now, if we look at essential oils, they're made up of a variety of different notes. I call them light notes, medium notes, and heavy notes. Now, these notes have different aromas and different properties, how they interact in the air and how they interact on your skin. So let's look at them. So light notes, they move very quickly from the bottle that's shown in this diagram. They move out very quickly in the air. If they're diffused in a diffuser, they go very quickly and fill up the room. They don't like to stay in the liquid. They like to move. They spread quickly, but they also dissipate very quickly. So they don't linger around. The medium notes also move quickly in the air, but not as fast and as rapid as the light notes. Now the heavy notes, they move slowly. They don't like to move very far. They don't like to move fast. But the best part about them is their aroma lingers. So you can smell them on the skin and even in the air and on surfaces for a long, long, long time. So I think of essential oils similar to the instruments that are played in an orchestra. So an orchestra is like an essential oil. So there's different types of musical instruments that play different types of notes. There's the high note sounding instruments. They're like the piccolo and the violin and the flute and the triangle. These are very light notes, very happy notes, and they trill through the air. And then there's the medium type notes. There's the viola and the clarinet and the piano and also the trumpet. These are dynamic instruments. They have wonderful sounds, medium sounding notes. Then finally, there's the heavy sounding instruments, the tuba, the bassoon, the French horn. And finally, you get to hear all these wonderful instruments played in one musical score. You can hear the heavy, medium, and light notes, and they make wonderful music. Well, essential oils are exactly the same. Instead of making music for the ears, they are music for the nose. So let's look at an example of lavender essential oil notes. So we have them separated into light, medium, and heavy notes. And the light notes move very quickly. The medium notes also move quickly, and they're very floral in content. And then the heavy notes don't move far at all. So they have different aromas. Now these different separated notes have distinct aroma characteristics. Let's look at the two main components, linalool and linalyl acetate. Here's linalool, and its characteristic aroma is floral, citrus, and sweet. So that's what you smell. Now let's look at the aroma of linalyl acetate. It's sweet, citrus, and lavender in aroma. So you put these two components together, and that's the major aroma of lavender essential oil. But all the minor components, they add to the aroma, just like an orchestra and a wonderful musical score that you can hear the heavy notes, you can hear the light notes, and you hear the medium notes. This is how wonderful essential oils are to the nose. So here's a little bit of homework assignment. I'd love to have you listen to a piece of orchestra or symphony music and see if you can pick out with your ears something that has a light note like a violin, something that has a medium note like a cello, something that has a heavy note like a French horn or bassoon. See if you can pick out some of these sound notes in your ear. And remember, they're just like the essential oils. So here's another experiment you can do at home. Take an essential oil like lavender and put it on your skin. And then smell it and see if you can smell floral, herbal, sweet. What else? Can you smell the woodiness? How about piney? Can you smell citrus at all? These are the kind of things that you can try at your own home to be able to learn how to describe essential oils and enjoy essential oils. This is Dr. Cole Woolley, and this lesson has been all about light, medium, and heavy aroma notes of essential oils and how they interact in the air and how, to me, they're like listening to wonderful music like an orchestra or symphony music, and they are music to my nose.